It's a word we don't hear often unless it involves a public figure or a celebrity: suicide.
But unfortunately, it's an issue in our community, and just like nationwide, it's a number that's growing, especially among teens. Tonight, I introduce you to a mother who is sharing her story in hopes of saving a life.
I would motivate him, and he would just stare at me with these empty eyes.
Painful memories relived.
And we sang that night. I hugged him very tight and I asked him, what do you want to wear tomorrow so I can do your laundry?
A story she hopes will save others.
And he said, it doesn't matter, Mom. But it didn't matter. Because I could have saved him if I would have been knowledgeable about depression. I would have gotten him help.
Yolanda didn't know those moments with her 7-year-old son, Andrew, would be her last.
Unfortunately, he couldn't hold on anymore, and I had no idea.
A high school junior in FAR and lefty pitcher for his baseball team. But things changed. In December 2013, his relationship with his girlfriend ended.
And he said, I understand, but I do want you to know that I'm going to be sad for a while, and I'll get through this, Mom. So I thought my son had it all together.
But in mid-December, Yolanda noticed a difference. He stopped eating, let his hair grow out, and began to pull away.
If I knew what I know now about depression, I know I could have saved my son.
And on December 15th, he made the decision to end his life.
Whether they've got homicidal or suicidal ideation.
Unfortunately, Andrew's story isn't uncommon. Suicide rates are on the rise, even in our own community.
Increase, it's there. It really, really is, I think.
David Garza is the Justice of Peace for Precinct 3, Place 2 in Cameron County, a position he's held for 20 years. When it comes to being called out to suicides, he says out of the 10 JPs in the county, he's the busiest.
I have personally witnessed anywhere from 5 to 6 in the recent years.
According to the medical examiner's office in Cameron County, in 2018, 36 people committed suicide. 4 of them were teens. Garza says this year so far, he's already seen 2. The most recent just weeks ago. A 17-year-old boy who just broke up with his girlfriend, the parents taken by surprise.
They honestly believe that he would never do this, and that's the bad part about it, It's a communication aspect about it, Especially at that age, they seem to take a relationship separation very, very hard. And so therefore, I think people need to address that issue when it does occur.
The number has been increasing, and it's the second cause of death for the young people.
Dr. Maria Camacho is an intensive care pediatrician at Edinburgh Children's Hospital. She's part of a local board tracking the suicide rates in children for Hidalgo and Stark counties. They started collecting data in 2007. She says the youngest child suicide they've seen since just 10 years old. In 2018, there were 5 teens who took their lives. In the first 3 months of 2019, there's already been 4.
And we avoid to talk about that. And we should be talking about that because suicidal can be prevented and needs to be prevented to decrease those numbers.
Dr. Camacho says now more than ever, more children and teens are walking into the ER due to suicide attempts. And when more intervention is necessary, they're sent here to South Texas Health System Behavioral in Edinburgh, an inpatient psychiatric hospital.
It's starting at a younger age, where we're seeing children as young as 5 years old who are attempting suicide or contemplating suicide.
We sat down with the Assessment and Referral Department Director, Linda Canthu, to see for ourselves how big the issue is in our community. She says some of the teens at the facility were brought in after making an outcry at school. Canthu says anyone who walks through their doors is offered a free assessment involving parents.
Even if the issue is minor, that there's maybe just a hint or it's a major issue, we're here to decipher that with them.
It's that first step, she says, can make a difference.
Get them help as soon as there's some kind of sign that there's a change in their behavior or their emotions. Early intervention is very, very important. If you catch it early, then you have more opportunity to prevent a crisis.
A step Yolanda wants parents to take serious.
I wish I would have known what I know now. I know that sadness and depression are two totally different.
On top of free assessments, South Texas Health System Behavioral also has a 24/7 crisis hotline for those needing someone to reach out to. That number is 388-1300.